The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to the show, Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. And you're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, where it is a cloudy 76 degrees. The high today is only 80. The low tonight is 69. Back up into the 90s next week, or what, later this week? Let's see. Next week. So we'd enjoy some 80-degree temperatures this week. How you guys doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, ready, man. I'm ready, boy.
Good, man.
This thing over with. This game over with before it even gets started, man.
How's your mentals and your dental? Today's Mental Health Wednesday. How's your mentals and your dental?
We know how his dental
good.
is. How is his mental?
Dental's the same. I still got some problems.
If we have any dentists that watch our show, please reach out to us so we can get Shannon.
Waive my deductible. I'll come see you. Hit me up on Instagram is Shannon_PG, as well as Twitter.
Parental guidance.
Hit me up.
So we can get him
What's everybody's social media handles?
I'm the same
Nate
all the way
Newton
around.
61 at hotmail.com. That's
No,
me.
not.
Oh, Lord. He done gave his email address out on there.
They can get me. They can get me. It's okay. Get me,
Your
baby.
wife gonna kill you. You
Yeah,
got 800.
because I ain't going to email you. I ain't going to email
You gonna have the,
I ain't going to email, so I don't never answer.
the meat package pics in there and everything.
And I know, what now, brother? What did you say?
Meat package pick.
Wrong show, Jess.
My bad. My OnlyFans coming out. Hanging with the boys too much.
Hey, look at here, though, man. This game over with. Can we go home?
Kurt, what's your Instagram and Twitter?
At DC Star Editor. Although I'm not on Instagram much. On Twitter.
Twitter's your preferred?
At DC Star
I thought it was
Editor.
X.
Whatever.
It is X.
Whatever.
And you're,
I'm Mr. Fourth and Long all the way across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
but you don't really do much on Instagram.
Don't tell everybody that though.
No, I'm just saying you post stuff, but you don't communicate there.
Correct.
I don't communicate either.
Twitter is where you can find.
You know what I like about you? You know your not limitations, but you know,
His weaknesses.
like me, I have a very addictive personality. I know if I do something and I enjoy it, I'm all in. Like that's all I want to do. Like,
Right.
and I do it hardcore until I get burnt out on it.
or die. Cocaine, hell of a drug.
You're kind of the same way. You know, like, all right, this is a vice. I
Yes.
probably don't even need to go there because
Yes.
I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And then you got 85 different handles. At Nate Newton 61 at KGB.
No. I'm at whooping the Jets. That's what I'm at.
What's your Instagram? Because you are on Instagram.
Slaughter the Jets at all costs. Give them green.
I'm done with
gang
you.
green.
I'm done with you.
I'm just letting y'all know what's finna happen.
What is it? Carpe Omnia? Omnia sees
everything.
What is it?
Carpe Omnia.
Go pay at the Omni. What is it?
What he said?
Go stay at the Omni.
You know what? I'd rather have this Nate than the Nate we had Monday.
All I know is we finna thump some Jets. Give us the update. I ain't gonna even give you what I done saw on film.
Why not? We want to hear what you saw on film.
Because what I saw on film was this is New York Giants
Game
2.0.
over? Is it really?
Game over.
Is it really?
Yes.
Well, we're talking about them defensively.
Oh, yeah, defensively. They got a great defense.
Do they?
But they can't score points. They can't score points.
So we'll have a good show today because they have there's things to talk about on their defense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about their defense.
Okay.
It's like running into a brick wall.
What do we want to start with? Cowboys offense?
Sure.
Or do you want to start with Jets defense?
Let Jesse, because Jesse going to give us the offense. A Cowboys offense.
No, okay, so are we good?
Are we good?
Go for it, man.
How your mentals and dentals?
I'm
Your
good.
teeth look good.
Yeah.
Did you get a haircut?
I did.
Oh, so his mentals is pretty good,
is
too.
good.
He eyed tight.
Yeah.
What's the one thing? Here we go.
No, here you
about
go.
football.
Here you go, Mr. Addictive Personality.
What's the one thing
I love it.
that you do for yourself that makes you feel
good.
better. That brings you out. If you have a little funk, or even if you're in a good mood, it brightens you. Like getting your hair cut.
This is not going to be good.
Get that Jergens out, baby.
Get
This is not going to
Chris
be
called
good, man.
Jergens out.
See, I get
not
my
gonna be
jerkins
good.
out for this. What you get your jerkins out
Same
for?
thing. Same thing. The same thing you get your Jergens out for.
You don't ask those questions on this show.
We didn't even
back
get
in my
out. We didn't even make it to the third segment.
Oh,
Good Lord.
wow.
I'll try again later.
Hey,
in the
it's
show.
one more
Yeah,
thing I
don't
got to
even.
say. To you other shows, y'all are wrong.
Oh.
We don't have gadget players.
All right.
We don't have gadget players. So go ahead on, Jess. I'm
Just
sorry.
brought that on.
I you know,
You want to call him out by name?
yeah, I would, man, but one of them signs my check, so.
Please don't do that. I don't even want to be associated with that conversation.
Yeah, man. That's pretty good.
Cowboys offense. Jesse, go.
Go.
Let's reset. Can we reset?
Start the
this
intro, Chris. You got the intro?
thing? Can we reset this thing? Let's get focused.
Go, Cowboys.
Let's get focused.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be focused. Go.
Let's get focused. All right, here we go. Okay.
Welcome back to the show. This 1.02 segment brought to you by Wingstop, the SWBC podcast studio. We're back.
Yeah.
Jesse Holly, Kurt Daniels, Nate Newton,
Yes.
Shannon Gross.
Glad to be
We're
here.
about to talk Cowboys offense.
Yes.
Jesse
Versus
Holly,
defense.
our offensive dissecting guru.
I wouldn't go guru. That's a little bit much.
Okay.
That's a little too much. I don't want that on my shoulders.
Well, you did the work before
Yeah.
the first game,
I'm gonna do the work every game.
and you called it.
I'm gonna do the work every game.
You called it.
And so, all right. So remember that there's a viral video out right now of Myles Garrett, and he's like dribbling, like he's like air dribbling the basketball
before the play.
I promise y'all, that's Mike McCarthy. Like Mike McCarthy, and the way that he's setting up this offense is literally
So
like
excited, he's
literally
having fun.
at the top of the key. ISO! Like he's just sitting up there like this. And when you go back and you watch the Giants game, like maybe it's not obvious for everybody, and I shouldn't put that kind of thing on everybody, but you can see how he's setting things up. You can see the multiple personnels. You can see the multiple alignments. You can see all of those things being set up, and then you can see that at that one point in time of the game, and it really like right after halftime, you can just see him go like this. You can just see him throttle it down, and go, "We're going to salt this thing out, and we're going to do just what we need to do."
Let's don't show too much.
Save it.
Let's save it.
But you can just, like, as you're watching the game develop, and he's just literally like this, dribbling the basketball, and it's like, I'm going to get what I want, when I want, how I want, to who I want to get it to, whenever I want to get it. And he is just jumping for joy. And honestly, the rain cheated us. The weather in New York cheated us.
Did Dak's timing look okay? Because I know that was a big concern of mine.
Yeah, to me, before yes. I think his time was on.
Yeah.
But go ahead on, my brother.
But it goes back to, I think the weather cheated us. The weather cheated
So
us.
you think they were on point? They would have.
Because
Gave
go
us
ahead,
a little
go ahead.
something to look forward to.
But you can tell that Mike wanted to come out and just wear shorts, hit the button. Like he wanted to let it all hang out.
He wanted to hang with the boys.
He wanted to hang
Hang
with
with the
the
boys. Yes.
And the thing that I looked at, like, I saw the drop passes, right? Mm-hmm. But I said, that play, those plays, I'm not giving these guys excuses because I hate drop passes. Mm-hmm. Weather conditions permitted, touchdowns, drive continuers, chain movers, those plays will come back again. Mm-hmm. The way that he was designing these plays to get the one-on-one matchups, to create these different type of situations and scenarios.
Man.
When you watch the rub plays, when you watch the mesh plays, when you watch how the tight alignments, when you watch how he's using
So the
different
setup's
the
there.
setup's there. Oh,
And it's going to continue to be there, in your opinion.
So you said another 40 burger?
I don't know about 40 burger. Like, because
Come on, man. All this you saying.
it's hard to score 40. Like, it's really
It is.
But even in the midst of all of that, the Cowboys scored 27 points offensively. Like, in the midst of drop passes,
Bad
the
weather.
weather, and throttling down, they still put up 27 points. And if you go across the board and you look at it, 27 points would have put you atop the National Football League in points scored. You're right up there with Miami and the Chargers. Like, it puts you at that level. 40 is okay. And then a donut. That this doesn't happen. Like, this is not college football, right? Where you can match guys up and be like Alabama versus
Direction.
So who is
Directional University.
our donut sponsor? It used to be
it used to be
Duncan. Who is our donut?
I don't know. I'm
Okay,
not-
well,
we should get donuts every time we put up a donut.
Yeah.
Should.
But to add on to that, Jess, and I'm glad you put that spiel together. Great. I looked at the offensive line again. And
Ours?
Yes, and we were stable. We were stable.
Speaking of offensive line, how was Biotis? Some people said he had a bad game.
He
see
had
there?
a few technique breakdowns, I think, because one time he reached the guy, but he didn't get his hands on him. He didn't lock his hands into him, because if he'd have locked his hands into him, it was a hit for a loss, and it forced Tyron and the play side guard into bad angles. So they closed down on him because they forced the play out and it was supposed to go up inside.
Now, let me ask you this
Facing
question.
two of the best, though.
Yeah.
Right, but let me ask you this question because, and please, I do not want to sound like I'm making excuses, but I know as a receiver, just kind of like I watch CD run that post corner, and most times I would say bad route because of how many steps it took for him to get out of the route.
Right.
It was still a completion, but due to the weather and that field is slippery. MetLife has become notoriously known to having a bad surface.
Right.
Like, people hate MetLife surface. How does that affect offensive linemen? Because even getting to a guy and being able to reach him, it's hands and feet have to come together, right?
What happened is the guy just didn't read. The defensive player didn't. He was already slightly play side. The play was going left. He was on my left eye. So that made me have to be quicker as a center because it's raining, but I had to be sure of my feet. He got his feet there, but he just didn't lift his hands into him so he could turn back into him. Because if he'd have put his hands into him, that'd have put that play side foot in the ground and he could have shoved him back only 6 inches. And bow, you got to play because now your tackle and your guard are up on their guys. But when they did that right there, it forced it out wide and they threw these guys out of line. And they just closed down for a loss. I saw that run time and he got drove back. Well, in this league, when you playing them Alabama boys and them Georgia boys, they gonna push you back. You're gonna see a little bit of it this week too. But this guy,
Pretty good one right in the middle, don't
but
they?
these guys did.
Bless you. Thank you.
What these guys did for the most part was latched on to guys and stayed glued on. And that's with Tony Pollard, Dowdle, and now Turpin as our third running back. These guys made hay with
I
it.
told you I wasn't going to play Deuce. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
But I'm telling you,
Give it to Wing for him.
I'm telling you, we facing a more active defense. I think this week, player for player. This just my eyes, and I know everybody may not see it because we're so high on our defense. This defense can play with our defense.
Yep.
Right.
I told somebody earlier, I say the only thing they're missing is a Michael Parsons. Because if you take Parsons and set him out there with Coach Salah, he will be using this guy the same way our genius is. And this, I hate to say this, I know I'm upset some people, but I hope y'all guys speak to me. Player for player, they're better than us, except for Parsons. Player for player, they're equal or better than us.
I was going to ask you, are there two cornerbacks better than our two?
They just as good. They're just as good. Now, I don't know how good Sauce
All right,
gonna be,
before-
and I don't know how good.
Let's not go there. Let's
Right.
let's not go defense just yet. I do
Okay.
want to add a couple more things on offense that I think.
Well, you got to hurry up, baby.
I know. I mean, we got 2 more segments.
No, you got to hurry up. Well, y'all need me.
You leaving the
What
show?
would they need you for?
They got some money. Them dudes bring money.
Oh, they bring money?
Yeah, they bring
You
money
need
to
me
me.
in?
Yeah.
You need me in, Nate?
I didn't realize they
Oh,
worked
no,
in
they
the-
need you.
Oh, they need me?
Yeah, for some
I
money.
thought they
I'm
worked in
telling you.
PR, not accounting. I thought those are the guys you don't want coming in with you.
Bro, no. Jess, they need you for some money. I take over. Sure, man. But go ahead on, Jess. I'm just messing with you. Go
No. And offensively, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the week, and I think this is going to continue to reign true. It's the distribution. It's the distribution of how this offense is getting the ball out to all the many different guys. Like when you go back and you look at that game, we talked about it Monday. There were multiple, 3 or 4 running backs touched the ball. What was it? Seven, 8 receivers / tight ends touched the ball. Like this is, and while that may not pay huge dividends right now because we want to see the big guard, those are going to come. Those are going to come. The gaudy numbers are going to come. What it does now is it allows this team offensively to be so multiple, to be multiple in their options, to be multiple in their sets. And now once everybody becomes a viable option, it's hard for a defense to set on one guy. When you compare what this team is offensively to what it was last year, I can understand a little bit why Dak Prescott threw so many interceptions. When you had as a thinker of the game, when quarterbacks go into a game, like they're human just like us. And Dak he can sit in front of the media and say all the right things. He's perfect at that. Like the Cowboys have had a long line of just people who know what to say in those situations. Tony Romo, Jason Witten, Dak Prescott, all those guys say the right thing. But I find it very hard.
Dez?
No, I don't know about Dez. I don't know about Dez. I find it very hard to believe that in the thought process of Dak's mind, that he would go out there in certain games and be like, man, I like Noah Brown. But I don't know if Noah Brown is the matchup that we want. I like Dennis Houston, but I don't know if this is – I don't know if there's a level of confidence that he really internally took. And when you're trying to make things happen and you know the only option that you have right now is CeeDee Lamb, and other teams knew that as well, so you're trying to I think what he was trying to do last year is what they're going to do this year. Trying to make guys multiple. Trying to make the offense
make 'em better.
multiple. Trying to make other guys an option for the offense so that he could get an opportunity to exploit what CeeDee Lamb is as a player. I don't think he has to force that this year.
Yeah. Are we in this kind of sweet spot, though, right now where teams haven't really seen McCarthy's offense yet? Or should we expect...
Four games, right?
Nah, you can go back and watch Green Bay.
You think so?
You can go back and watch Green Bay.
But they still ain't gonna know totally because it's new players. Like we going into that, it's still new players.
Teams won't start.
You may have
figuring
some
it out,
concepts, and some philosophies, but
you know, at the end of the day, right? The foundation is the philosophy that you've had all your.
But
all
you're not
your,
worried about teams kind of figuring out trends and that kind of thing.
but no,
not this early.
Right.
Not this early.
We're kind of in a
no. Yeah.
place,
To not this early. To figure out trends and concepts, like to get a real beat on what you need. You need 4 to 6 games. Like usually by the time Jokers get to the bye week, you are who you are.
Like just in time to face the 49ers.
Yeah, you're like you are who you are. Like that. Like a lot of what you are and what you. Why
you don't do that, man. Why you trying to?
Sorry.
Hey, don't look at my. Chill out, don't, bro. You gave Kurt a look like.
No, man, you trying to put a damper. I ain't letting you I ain't letting you put no damper on
sorry,
this,
I
man.
If there was curse words to that look that you just gave Kurt, we would be off the air right now.
Looks could kill.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying you bringing straight gospel, and he's supposed to be saying amen. And
better be
over there
worried
talking-
about this week. That's who we playing this week. King Xerxes. King Xerxes. Yeah. You better we worried about this week and not the 49ers, all right?
That's pretty good. That dude look like Coach, man. I like that. Send that to me. Send that to me.
But yeah, like so that's kind of like my last little bit of what the Cowboys are offensively.
I'm sorry.
You know what I
didn't
just
mean to
thought
rain on
about?
your
PR
parade.
might be down here because of Jesse's comment earlier. They might be trying to jerk you off the air. Let's take a
nice.
first break. And when we come back,
we're
our
on.
You had that one
segment.
ready. Yeah.
You had that.
Oh, hanging with the boys. We'll be right back.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys. Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holly, Nate Newton. I am Shannon Gross. And our second segment, each and every day, is brought to you by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Jesse, talking about the Cowboys offense. Because this defense is so good and their corners, their coverage game's so good, does that make your third and fourth receiver higher value this game? Will they see more targets? Are they more, I guess, valuable this game? Will they, because Sauce is probably going to be, is he going to man up on CD or is he going to stay on his side? Is he going to
They'll
float?
play sides.
They'll play sides?
Yeah.
They'll play sides.
I mean, they didn't man him up against Stephon.
Yeah.
So if you rate Stephon better than you do CD, then
Equal.
too. So I don't see the.
Yeah. So does that make tight ends more important in this game? Tight ends and third and fourth receiver?
Nah, you know what's important in this game?
What? Running game?
You got to run the football. Coming from a receiver, you have to run the football. And I still do believe that the Giants had a really good defense in front. The trend in the National Football League right now is I need to get Quentin Williams type players who command double teams in the middle and then allow my other guys to work one-on-ones. When you see our guys, and I went back and I looked at Micah lined up multiple times in A gaps, standing over the center. And it was just for the simple fact that when he lines up in there, he's getting double teamed. And so you are allowed to have guys like Osa, Golston, and the others play off of that.
Right.
Because, like Nate was saying the other day, when your B-level players are high-level B-level players, they're expected to win the one-on-one battles. And if you have good coverage in the back end, if Micah is eating up a double on either side, then I have to have a guy like Odigizua win a one-on-one battle. When you look at the Jets defense, they're built in that manner. You're going to hear the name a lot. Quincy Williams, you're going to hear that name a lot on Sunday. You're going to hear that name a lot.
Quincy or Quinnen?
Quinnen Williams.
No.
Both?
Brother.
Quinnen, they're brothers.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were brothers.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Quinnen is the defensive tackle. Quincy is the linebacker. He's a dog. He is a dog.
They don't rush him much, do they? Or do
No, but he doesn't miss much when it comes his way. Big Bro cleans it up. Big Bro keeps him clean. Quinnen in the middle is eating up double team blocks and allowing Quincy to be a rover and just go see ball, get ball, hit ball.
The thing is, the way I say, and what, just to expand on what Jesse was saying, they don't have to put their guys in the middle because of what he just said. Quinnen Williams gonna demand a double team. He is the reason that Quentin Jackson had 2 sacks, because this guy demands. Quentin Jefferson
Yes.
had 2 sacks.
Correct.
He commands that type of respect. I didn't know he was that nice. Last year he had 12 sacks. This team had 45 sacks altogether. And they basically did it with a 4-man front with Quinnen Williams leading the deal. When you look at them, and then they come at you in waves. They come at you with Solomon Thomas. They come at you with Michael Clemens. They come at you in waves. Excuse me, what's the kid name? Carl Lawson didn't even play. He was out with a bad back. They didn't even put him on the injury report because they was trying to decide whether he was going to keep him out this game, play him this game, or wait for our game. And so this guy is that's another beast. They come at you in waves. They don't worry about who as long as Quinnen Williams is in the game, they really don't worry about what's around him because, like you said, there's 2 linebackers, Mosley and Williams. They don't have to come out in nickel, and the Williams kid good enough to play a little bit of that dime backer.
Yeah,
so they can.
He had a play where he covered.
Thank you.
He covered. Against the Buffalo Bills, their running back's little brother. I'm drawing a blank now.
Minnesota's old running back.
Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's little brother. James Cook.
Yeah.
Where he covered him down the field.
And I'm telling you, man for man, and like I say, I know people going to take this the wrong way, but I'm telling you, they equal. I'm talking about you take away the alien, you take away Parsons. I ain't saying Parsons.
The alien. Love it.
But if you go 3 technique, 1 technique, outside linebacker, inside linebacker, man for man, they can rock with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so if they come in here and play us even, this is going to be a hell of a game.
When you got a strong linebacker, we finally saw a little bit of screen plays in that last week. Does that kind of negate it when you got linebackers like that are?
They can go get it, man.
Go get it.
And that's the thing.
They can go get it.
They tried to run screens.
Yeah,
in Buffalo.
Get it, man.
This is a really good defense. Like that. If nothing else, the Cowboys will be prepared for playoff football from the defenses that they have to see up to this point. And this defense understands. And this is going to be. And I don't think this is a trap game by any means.
I was going to ask you that.
I don't think this is a trap game.
I'm with you 100%.
By any means.
Because of the defense?
Yes.
Yes. And I think this team is so focused. This Cowboys team is so focused. But this Jets defense understands if we're going to win football games,
you got to do it on that side of the ball.
It's going to have to be done on this side of the ball. We're going to have to give our teams field position. We're going to have to give our teams maybe a couple extra possessions by turnovers. We're going to have to create some sort of momentum for our football team, because if not, if the Jets offensively under Zach Wilson will not be equipped to come back from 10, 13, 14 points down if they have to go all passing. So this defense, it will be motivated. They'll be motivated to come out in this football game and to try to create some momentum for their football team.
Go ahead on, Jet. Kurt, pull up their last. They lost, like, out of their last 7 or 8 games, they lost 7 of them.
Yeah, they were.
But they only had 1
6-3.
game where they was kind of beat down. Every other game was in 6 or 7 points. These guys, they defense hung in there. And I think Coach Salo went to the ownership and said, look here, fellas, I can't take my defense out here again this year. We'll have total chaos, anarchy in our locker room.
Their last 5 games last year, the highest they scored was 17.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the highest they gave up was 23. So, you know.
How you gonna tell your defense, yeah, man, just hang in there. We got this kid. Just it'll be anarchy in that locker room, man.
We'll get y'all 14 a game. Hold them to 13 and we're good.
When you got a defense that knows, I mean, they know they have to carry the stick here. Does that maybe open them up for, they're going to take chances they don't need to, or is it?
Or do they take less chances?
Yeah, I mean, how does that? Can the Cowboys exploit that in any way? I guess.
They when you have a front four that can come at you in waves like this, they don't have to take chances. They can play you man up. They got 2 nice corners. They got a safety that stays back in the hole. Ex-Buffalo quarterback. He ain't going nowhere. He gonna be that single high back. The deepest guy.
250,000 in one night.
So I'm just saying they believe in one another. Now, can we hit them with misdirection? Can we get something going?
Gadget plays.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They're not gadget plays.
Offensively, the Cowboys. See, here's what I don't want people to fall in love with. Like, again, this 40-point. When you beat a team 40-0, it becomes this.
You think it's gonna be an ugly game?
I don't think it's going to be an ugly game, but understand, if you beat the Jets 24-3, that's a good game.
That's a 40-0 win.
That's a good. We get infatuated with these 40 burgers, and we're saying, oh, well, we should beat the Jets by 40.
Like Nate says, fantasy football.
It's fantasy football, and I just don't. That's not realistic in this league.
Let's be fantasy, baby.
That's not realistic in this league.
Let's be fantasy, baby.
And if you go out and you beat the Jets 21-3, that's a big win. That's a big win.
Super win.
And how you beat a team like this, you drag them to deep water. You drag in the deep water and you say, can y'all hold up for 4 quarters defensively? Can you? Because I don't believe what you can do. I don't believe offensively you got enough. So I'm just going to drag you to deep waters, and eventually you'll break.
Like the running game, then, or what do you mean? How to just keep tagging them?
The Jets are going to want. We'll talk about their offense. They're going to want to run the football. Mm-hmm. They're going to try to make this a long, old school, 3 yards on the cloud of dust type of atmosphere offensively.
What do you mean by drag to deep water, though? What does that mean?
If you take this defense, this Jets defense, 10-play drive, 13-play drive, 12-play drive. Even if you're getting field goals, 14-play drive, 10.
Wear them down.
8. Because by the time you get to the fourth quarter, you see guys, they doing this, hands on their hip, and then you sting them. Bah, bah, bah.
And God forbid they down by 9. Because when just what Jeff's talking about is you got them in that deep water and they say they down by 9. You have no other choice but to give it up then because you got to throw.
Got to throw it.
And that deep water, what was the boxer? He should be trying to take everybody to deep water. I can't think of his name. But he always wanted to get you deep. He always wanted to get you in the 9, 10,
Get you
11.
where?
Deep in deep water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, don't try to bring that heat off of you. Don't try to get that moisture in
Get you deep. I don't.
No, don't try. We got you, Jet.
Muhammad Ali.
Let's take our last break.
Yeah.
When we come back, I want to know about these cornerbacks. Sauce is getting all the hype. Is he as good as they say he is? And then DJ Reed, what's he like? When we come back on the last segment of Hanging with the Boys. Never miss the...
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back. Final segment of the show, presented by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, last segment. What I want to know in this last segment, at least part of what I want to know, Sauce Gardner, he's got the fancy chain.
Sauce.
He's got the look and the swag. Is he as good as the hype?
How many yards did my man have?
Stephon?
102, 5, something like that.
Let's see.
Because they had like 200 and some yards passing.
Yeah.
And that was at the end of the game.
He had 102, 10 catches off 13 targets.
The quarterback was 29 for like 41 or something like that.
Right.
Not a very good day.
This goes to Nate's point, like he was saying earlier. Man for man, we're equal to or greater than. Like you can kind of, and Sauce is kind of just like Diggs, very, very opportunistic. He's a little bit longer in his play, but like Diggs, you can complete passes on him. Like he's not shut down. Like he's not like, oh, you can't come to this side of the football field, or I'm going to pick you off. No, like he can. But where he's like with Diggs, if the opportunity presents itself,
he'll get you.
He'll get you. You know, he'll run with you and he'll tip one back in, for an interception. He'll deflect one. Like he has the same kind of like Diggs. Like he has that kind of same sort of play like Diggs where they're just very opportunistic. They can be beat for a pass. They can be taken advantage of. They can be thrown on.
He gave up 14.8 yards per target last week with a 118.7 passer rating. So they didn't seem
not a good game.
Scared of him.
No, he's not. He's not a guy that you fear.
Yeah,
he's a guy that you go, all right, I know I can't that can't hang footballs like wide or high or behind. Or behind.
Sorry, catches.
Nothing is safe.
Nothing is safe here.
No, nothing is safe because you're talking too slow. If you'd have went fast, you would have caught it.
I'm trying to get my next thought.
I wouldn't even caught it, but he paused for just a split second.
But
he wouldn't have corrected. He'd have been fine.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
got it.
Go ahead, bro.
I don't even know. Y'all got it. So childish, man.
Oh, man.
So childish.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
But
Dak can't float any balls to that kind of guy. He's quick to jump on him.
Can't float any balls, quick to jump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How about the guy on the other
Like
side?
we're all in
How
junior
about
high.
DJ Reed? Is he any good?
He's a little more physical. The reason I say that these guys are equal to us, what's wrong? What's
Nothing.
wrong?
We just
crying over there.
The reason I say these guys are a little bit more equal because of they have the same traits. They have playmaking ability. It's some corners just cover.
You see what he does?
What's that?
He starts this. He does this every show. He starts something.
Throws that grenade.
Yeah, and then when he's ready to be serious, then he just acts like
nothing happened.
What's wrong?
You see, Shannon, you ain't good. You ain't good. You ain't good. Jesse, can you finish this?
I can't.
Let's go to some of Kurt's questions.
Kurt, what's some of your questions, Kurt?
I don't know. Let me see. What?
Shannon, glad to have you
Okay,
back. Wow, bro.
Here's one you could maybe both tell us about this. So Jerry said on his radio show yesterday, he said that the line of scrimmage, they're making more of the calls, whereas Dak maybe was doing it before.
Right.
What's the advantage of the line doing? Do they have a better look at what's going on? Is it just taking something off his plate?
It gives Dak opportunity to help his receivers through coverage, run better routes, be more precise. And what it does for the offensive line, it makes everybody have to study and to get on the same page. So when the center give his keywords or give it the strength from this guy to that guy, it makes you have to study. You have to actually know. And that is what Jimmy brought in when he came in. For a long time, I lackadaisical in my studying, but it was premier, because we're using these code words, sometimes no words at all. And so it's just a pointing system. You had to know who this guy got so you won't be, stuck in on the same guy. So,
what do they do then when they call the alignment or the scheme or whatever, they get set and then everybody shifts? Does Dak then call it?
No. The center is sitting there looking, and he's seeing the shift. And we looking at films and anticipating some moves. And so, like I say, I could say something or not say something. And our keyword, everything was based off trio. When we said trio, it was always about three guys. But a lot of times it was trio, and they'll think they know what's coming, but it would be a dummy call, just depending on what the play was and what the look was. And see, sometime when it got ugly and you playing a defense like the 49ers, sometimes we'd be like, hey, fellas, when we get up there, point to your guy. It don't matter that he know, as long as we know. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is, man. When you got a smart center and smart offensive lineman, which I think all of these guys are, I really do think they got a quality offensive line for the mental part of it. They can pick out the right guys. But New York is not going to hide. These 95 is going to be sitting between both guards. He ain't going nowhere. And baby brother's going to be running.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring you gonna have to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail. Like it's gonna be like Biotish and I don't know if Tyler Smith is gonna go this week.
Is there an update on Tyron?
Tyron or Tyler?
Tyron,
all right.
He's fine.
Yeah,
he's
good. Yeah. Tyler, it sounds like he's close.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna be needed. No, I'm just saying, like he's gonna. He's gonna.
I know you're serious, man. But 95 is them Bama boys, man. Them Bama boys is something, man. Them Georgia boys and them Bama boys, them big, country hog fed.
Before we leave, Jesse, what are you seeing out of this one game in? Small sample
size.
Think
before you speak. Think before you speak.
What are you seeing from this tight end group as far as route running and pass catching? Because the last few years, everybody's been like, get some blocking tight ends in here. Now
we got them.
Can they catch? Was it the weather or what do you see from them from a catching perspective?
Yeah, I think weather. I think weather, concentration. Because when you look at the passes, it was the one Ferguson. He kind of you can tell the ball was here and he started to do this. Just looking into the catch. Guys sometimes first game of the season,
nothing to be worried
jitters.
about. We good?
I don't think so. I don't.
I love Ferguson.
I don't think so. I mean, we saw Ferguson do pretty well for this team last year. I think he has that ability to continue to do that and still have that. I think he has the sauce. Like he has that kind of the sauce of the tight end room. To me, I chalk a lot of it up to first game of the season. Weather conditions wasn't ideal. A little bit of nerves, trying to make a play. Just everybody just moving a little bit too fast. I think this game, you're at home. Conditions will be perfect. It'll be a nice 72 degrees.
It's not supposed to rain in the stadium.
Inside AT&T.
Good.
And that's going to be fun. I don't look at this as a trend. I think they're going to be fine.
Good.
I think they're going to be fine.
Good. I may try to go to the game.
Oh,
Maybe.
really?
I don't know.
Just call Derek.
Let's see.
Say, but let your boys say, hey, let your boy in. Come on, bro. Old time's sake.
Let's see.
Get you a media pass.
Yeah, you should be able to get
I
that.
can't even get a pass to get in this building, much less a pass to get in the game. What you talking about?
20 years. That's how they do you.
Stop. Stop, man.
years.
Don't do that, man.
20 years.
He can get in. He's just trying to be old sore loser, man. That's all he
20 years, man.
Yeah, he's just trying to be. Feel sorry for me, Shannon.
I'm a winner. I'm in here with y'all.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
every
Well,
day
then
of
go
the
get
week.
the, go get the pass with Jesse
Monday
talking
through
about.
Friday, anyway. Weekend's a totally
See
different
that?
story.
See that?
But
See that?
I'm winning Monday through Friday. Get to hang out with you guys.
I was traveling, I don't know where, and they said, man, I remember the show, man. Glad to see you. They was glad to have you back, man.
Yeah.
I said, who you talking about? Because I thought it was maybe, talking about us three. Like, nah, the little guy with the big old head.
Stop it. See, it's so good to be back. So good. How do you get this kind of?
If you got thin skin, this is not the show
no,
for you.
Jesse,
nobody.
This is not
No
the show
one's
for you.
safe.
Can you talk slow again?
No.
You know what? You know what this show's like? This show is like hanging around Britt Brown. If you don't get crap,
Yeah.
then he don't like you.
He don't like you.
He don't like you.
No.
So, we got Barry Church.
Oh, they
out
go
in the
Barry
hall.
Church.
Pointing at
Yeah.
his
Come
watch.
see how the players
It was 1
do
minute
it.
over.
Come to
1
the
minute
real
over.
lounge. Come to the
Came
real
to learn
lounge.
something. Came to learn something. All right, we got to get out of here. Jesse, good seeing you. Nate, good seeing you.
Hey, man.
Good seeing you.
I'm going
Tomorrow,
up right now and make sure everything cool with our show.
Cowboys.
attention to it.
Don't say nothing.
Don't
then
bring
go back
attention
and
to it.
listen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cowboys D, Jets offense tomorrow, Thursday. Same time, same place. The People Show. If we don't get canceled, we'll be here tomorrow. Hanging with the boys.
Great job.
Thanks, Chris.
Great job.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?